you're, on your crowdfunder, you're asking for quite a bit of money. What happens if you do not achieve the fully funded amount that you're seeking?
Well, actually, first and foremost, we noticed that there was a misprint and there was a 1 before the 5-7. And so we're actually only looking for $57,000, not $157,000.
Okay.
Yeah, we've just taken that up with Indiegogo. One of their people wrote to us, and they're like, "We don't think that's actually what you meant." And I was like, "Indeed, thank you for asking, because it's not." So yes, that's a different figure altogether. And we know that through crowdfunding, it's difficult to even raise, like $20,000, to get something done. So I want to reassure everyone who thinks that we're going to fall far short that we're not looking for quite that much. That's a misprint.
Okay. As you probably heard tonight, as I said, the 157, because that's what the site showed.
Right.
So hopefully they have that corrected soon.
Yeah, I believe in the text of our description of the project itself, it has the correct figure 157, or excuse me 57, but it shows on the top 157, which is the of course the incorrect figure. How the 1 got in there, not totally sure, but we're onto it.
Okay, because as you heard me just say, and I said it tonight, 157. There's no way. Between the days you have left and how much you have, I'm looking, I go, unless he's got to raise Poe from the dead, I don't think it's happening.
Well, Poe died penniless, so that wouldn't help me at all.
Yeah, well, you never know. I'm curious, will you be having any, do you make any, obviously you're making it quite literally to what Poe wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to expand a little, or you're just going to just truly stay dedicated to the word of Poe?
Well, we'll stay with his precise text, but we will have images that, sort of branch the different parts of the story together. And so, I mean, the piece itself will be, longer than say 18 pages of what the story says. In fact, to get to the 3rd page of Poe's story, I've got about 9.5 pages of script. Just to get the narrator and Ligeia really meeting one another, and that's really putting in the imagery which leads to the narrative that shows these people's lives really coming together and what's in their minds and what makes Ligeia, the woman herself who captures this man's imagination, such an incredibly extraordinary and amazing creature, and a woman like no other.
Now, you stated this is your first horror film. Is that correct?
This is my first horror film, yes. I am most known for historical films and also thrillers. Okay,
well, I hope you had a good time on the show. And if your project does get fully funded, I definitely welcome you back to the Crypt to tell everybody about it.
We will absolutely not only shout out the show itself, but we would love to come back and talk to you about when we are in production with the piece.
Oh, sure, not a problem. I greatly welcome that.
Well, great. Thanks so much, Baron.
All right, thank you. You have a good night.
All right, you have a wonderful night. We'll be listening after.